Happy Friday, it's snowing. Hi everyone, it's Melissa and welcome to another Friday Reads and Rambles. So today's probably going to be a little bit of a short one because I don't have much to say about what I've been reading, but I am going to have like a little bit of a ramble today. So I am making my way through the Dragon Bone Chair. So this, I've mentioned before, is the first in a trilogy of epic fantasy novels. I am reading this because of a read-along that Rick MacDonnell is leading or is hosting for January, February, and March and April. Yeah, for 4 months. And the Dragonbone Chair is the one for January. Now, I am about 200 pages off the pace. We're supposed to be finishing up this book at the end of January, so I'm definitely not going to do that. So I'll be a little bit behind, but like, honestly, I don't care. Took me a while to get into, I've mentioned before in another Friday read that I did. It's an epic fantasy where he's really taking his time, like building the world and the characters, because as Rick mentioned, you have to almost think of this trilogy is like one very long book. So even though it feels like it's building slowly, the percentage of the book, if you view all three as one book, is actually quite small, if that makes any sort of sense. And I am enjoying it more now. Enjoying's not the right word because I wasn't not enjoying it before. I do feel more settled into the story, more invested in the characters. And I feel like the last half of it I will be reading more quickly than I did the first half. So yeah, so I'll be a little bit behind starting February, but I'm not like overly worried. And if this trilogy ends up bleeding into May, like I don't really care. But yes, I am enjoying this quite a bit now. The other thing I've been reading has been Moby Dick by Herman Melville. This is a buddy read with Courtney Ferriter. We're having a great time reading this. It's, I've mentioned before, a lot funnier than I thought it would be. I just, that stereotype boring old classic, I just didn't realize how, like, funny this book was going to be, like, purposefully funny. So I'm having actually a great time reading this. I'm vlogging my experience reading this. So whenever Courtney and I finish, probably in, I don't know, March, or I forget when we said we were going to finish this, but whenever we finish this, I will be sharing that vlog with you, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of like document my experience reading this because, as I said, the book is a lot more fun than I thought it would be. We finally have met more of the crew and are getting to know kind of like Captain Ahab and his crotchety ways. He's like very insulting to some of the crew, but in the most like entertaining way possible. So I am really enjoying that. And the last thing I read this week I finished, which was Hamlet. I don't own just Hamlet. I only own this like complete works of Shakespeare. So I didn't read this whole thing. I read like, one play out of this. I can't even hold it. It's so big. So I never read Hamlet before, and I decided to read it. I'm going to put this down because it's really heavy. And I decided to read it because I'm doing a little project this year, and I mentioned this in my last video, but I'll mention it again, and this is going to kind of lead into my rambles for this week. So I decided to do a project, it was really my husband's idea, where I'm reading different, like, very famous works that most people would have at least some familiarity with, and I am reading them to see if I can predict kind of like how the story goes based on my own knowledge of the work, but that knowledge is based purely on like pulp culture references that, you see that work, that book or play or whatever it is referenced in TV shows or movies or in other literature. So I have a whole list of things that, like books and things that I feel like I think I know that story, but do I really? And I'm vlogging my experience reading it. So I did that with Hamlet. I vlogged my reading experience I made like predictions on what I thought was going to happen, and then kind of just like recorded myself periodically when either those things happened or didn't happen, or if just something happened in the play that was like worth sharing. I did that, and this was so much more fun than I thought it would be. So much more fun. The vlogging experience was much more fun than I thought it was going to be. And the reading experience of Hamlet was much more fun than I thought it was going to be. I haven't read I haven't read Shakespeare since high school. So I guess I kind of forgot how entertaining the plays are, like how entertaining his writing is. I was a little bit intimidated going into it because Shakespeare kind of has that connotation, right, of being very intimidating, very cerebral. The language is different. So while I'm not usually intimidated reading books, I was intimidated to pick this up. And I'm not saying I got every single reference or pun or like, everything in the writing. I'm sure I missed a lot of things. I'm sure I missed a lot of foreshadowing. But overall, I was just so entertained. I just loved it. I'm already looking for like stage productions that might be online. If you know of any good stage productions that I can access online, I would love to watch a production of Hamlet. Like, I'm in Canada, so I know there's some like in the UK, but like I don't have access to those. But even if it's like, if there's a place where I can like rent it or something, like I'm happy to pay money to watch it, that's fine. But yeah, I really want to like actually see it acted out because it's a play and you should consume it like as a play, I think, as well. So told you this was the rambly part of the video. So my ramble section of today's video, I really wanted to talk a little bit about vlogging and post some questions to booktubers out there, but also if you don't have a booktube channel but you watch a lot of like book related vlogs, I would love to know, like, to hear your opinions. So like I said, I enjoyed the vlogging experience. However, I've just finished editing it, and it was a beast of a thing to edit. Now that I've done one, I do plan to do more of these types of vlogs, and I know the pitfalls more, so I think I'll be able to like better plan things out. Like I had planned to have kind of, I don't know what you call it, like B-roll almost, like, when people do vlogs and they have like footage of you sitting and reading and footage of like just random parts of your day and that kind of thing. And I tried to get that, but I didn't go about it in a very good way, and it didn't really fit in, and it was making the video too long, and I just, so I scrapped. I think I have like one like 3-second clip of me reading. The rest of it is just kind of like clips of me kind of discussing what's happening as I'm reading the play. So hopefully that's still enjoyable to watch. But yeah, the editing experience of that was a lot. So getting back to what I want to talk about with vlogging is, if you're a booktuber who does reading vlogs, please in the comments share with me any tips and tricks, like how you go about planning that. My experience was very enjoyable, but it was also very chaotic, and I think I need to have like a better plan for the next one that I do. Well, I'm already, like I said, I've already started vlogging the Moby Dick one, but I'm going to kind of change up how I'm doing that from here on out. So I would love to hear like any tips and tricks you have on that. Now, for those of you who don't do vlogs, but if you watch vlogs, I would also really appreciate hearing the types of things you like to see in vlogs, like what makes an enjoyable vlog for you, like things that you get out of them, whether it's like a feeling of coziness, whether it's just entertaining watching other people's reactions to, reactions to a story. Yeah, I'd really like to know that as well. So that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.